Hey guys, it is me, Kisame Unlimited.
And Yama.
And today we are going to be discussing a new Toot and Boot. One is known as Tears of an Angel, and the other card is known as,
Angel Trumpeter?
Angel Trumpeter. So now we're going to get on into this. The Toot and Boot segment is where me and Yama pick two cards that are most recently been announced, and we give our reasonings of why we would toot the card or boot the card, and basically say in our opinion if the card is good or not. Now we're going to read Tears of an Angel. Basically just looks like Graceful Charity, but of a trap card. Yes. Let's see if it holds up true to Graceful Charity, which is banned. Alright, normal trap card, Tears of an Angel. Choose one card from your hand, then add it to your opponent's hand, then gain 2,000 life points. Boot.
Yeah, I boot it because my reasoning behind it is because I don't really know, like, it's not generic enough. Like, it doesn't have, like, an effect that can work for everything. Like, you need to build something around this, and you need to build a deck with monsters that you don't want in your hand for your opponent to have. And it's like, that's just so weird.
You know what it was? I was reading people saying, like, their opinions of this card. People like, oh, you could use it with Weather's Report, which, trust me, it's not a good combination.
Well, here's the thing. I'm sure there's a million different cards you can use it for.
That's the funny thing. No, you can't.
There's not a bunch of monsters that you could just, like, throw into your opponent's hand that suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I mean suck, I mean, like, really do something bad for them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like, the best way I can put it is...
You know the best way I could put it? It's called Tears of an Angel. And you want to know why it's called Tears of an Angel? Because it fucking sucks. That's why.
She's like, ugh!
Graceful Charity would be ashamed of this card.
Well, I mean, I'm sure someone is going to come up with something.
Oh,
But will it be great? Who knows? But I'm sure someone... Every card in the friggin' game, I feel like, has a purpose.
Every card could be exploited. But
it's just a matter of how it can actually hold up. Like, you can easily say, oh, you know, you could do this. Did you know that? It's like, well, of course, you know, I'm sure you can, but is it good? Like, are you going to use it? Like, if you're going to tell me, if you're going to sit here and tell me, like, oh, you could do this, why didn't you say this? You use it, and then you show me, because it's probably not as good.
Like I said, I don't think it's good enough, because any card in a combination with these cards, like Weather's Report, Dark World Exchange, all these cards are so insignificant. So if you would say that any of these cards plus this card would be good, it's not. It's
like what's the best thing off the top of your head? Because I can't even think of anything. Like what? Like Lava Golem, that doesn't even work. And they just give it to you, right? That doesn't work.
Hope for an escape. You know, gaining the life point so you could just reverse it and get one card off. That's the most I could think about it. I think this card. A card that is a card by itself, that gives your opponent a card and minuses you a card, is like a 3-card fuck you to yourself. So it's like not good in the slightest. So I can't even attempt to toot it because it's a terrible card.
Okay, we're done with that.
Next card.
Angel Trumpeter.
Level 4, plant, tuner normal monster, 1,900 attack points.
And 1,600 defense points. Now, I think the card art for this card is really nice. I like the way it looks. I like that it's a plant tuner monster. I like that it's earth. I feel like there's not that many earth monsters, really. And I also like that it has really good stats, like attack and... I mean, defense points is alright, but, like, attack points is pretty good attack points. For just a normal summon tuner monster, you don't really have... Like, most tuners, I feel like, aren't powerful.
Yeah.
A lot of them just, like, have, like, very low... You know, they have abilities to special summon and stuff, but they don't have any attacking ability. I mean, this card has no effect at all. But, I mean, I'm on the fence about it because, like, the card art I really like, and I like the attack, and I love that it's a tuner, but I don't like that it has no effect whatsoever. I'm going to toot it because I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice about this card. I'll toot it because I like it, and it looks like something I would use. Probably not win with. I'm not saying it's a good card. I like it. Like, I'd probably throw it in something just because I like plant monsters, and tuner monsters, but like I said, I don't think it's something that's good or handy. Like, oh, you should side deck this or throw it in every plant deck you make. I don't think it's for that, but I like it.
Okay. Now, my reasonings. I'm happy you tooted it because I'm booting it. Now, I'm booting it because...
I had a feeling you'd boot it.
I'm going to boot it.
It's definitely bootable.
The reason why I'm booting it is because Spidey and me will tell you, when 5D first came out, everyone was digging for a good fucking tuna monster. I remember like when they made Dark Resonator, Curry Bonds, all these cards. Like Psychic Commander, all these cards that people were like, the best tuner monster that ever came out back then was Gale. But the thing is, all these tuner monsters back in the day were so shitty. And if this card would have came out during the Curie Bonds and all those fucking moments, I would have loved this card. And it would have left such an impact on me because I'd been like, this card is a 19 beat stick.
It's a normal monster.
A normal monster, and at the same time, I could just slam into shit and tune whenever the fuck I feel like it. I would have loved it. But at the end of the day, I cannot toot a normal monster. I wouldn't even toot a 2,200 normal level 4 beat stick at this point. Because
at this point in the game,
unless Rabbit was like running around at 3, I would not toot something like this. Because something like this is because at the end of the day, it doesn't give you anything.
Well, that's what I was saying.
It's something that has gotten outclassed so much, and at the end of the day, I would probably pick. So many archetypes these days have built-in tuners. You have like if you're running Plant, you're going to use Spore Glow Up Bulb. If I'm going to be using, I don't know, anything on a whim, I'm probably going to throw Valor in. It's like
Ghost Ogre.
Exactly. It's like, you want to know what it is? It's like, how can I look at something like this and then look at something like Ghost Ogre, which is a tuner monster.
And it has other purposes.
Yeah. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I have to like pick a choice at the end of the day, and what's going to be the more logical choice? It's going to be either Ghost Ogre or Angel Trumpeter. Angel Trumpeter could use in toolbox decks, yes, like rank 4 decks, and trust me, I would be the one to whip that out and do that. But at the same time, it doesn't give you anything. And a card that's like, when you're put in a position where it's either something that gives you a lot, where it's tootable, or something that's very minuscule or doesn't give you anything, but you have to make it work, that's bootable because it's not doing anything for you in the game.
But I also feel like with the card, like when I wouldn't tell somebody, oh, this is such a good card, use it.
Yeah.
I'd actually tell people probably, like, don't use it, but
this just comes off as a card to me that you'd get in a structure deck or a starter deck, that they just give it to you as a common. That's what it just comes off to me.
Well, it probably is going to be that. It's just weird. Like, I usually don't see a lot of normal monsters made nowadays.
They always make like maybe like one.
That's why it's gonna be weird. But I mean, I think the card art, the idea, the name, I like the whole idea of it. And I like that it's a tuner monster with a lot of attack points. But unfortunately,
like one person said this in the comments. He said, "Oh my fucking god! Finally a vanilla level 4 tuner monster. This took way too long. Needed so much for a vanilla pendulum deck." Which at the same time, it's like I said,
it's 1900.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing, but it's like what that guy said. It's like this is something that's been meant to exist in synchro, in the synchro region of the game.
Yeah.
It's like,
pendulum summoning it's not so bad either. But then again, once you use it, it's in the grave. You can't summon it back again.
Basically,
like if it was a pendulum and it was all of this,
if it was pendulum normal tuner, then it would be a little bit better.
I would probably have tooted it.
Yeah, why wasn't it that? That would have been a good idea.
Well, it'll take another 6 fucking years.
Nah.
But you want to know what it is? At the end of the day, if this card came out in 5D world, I would have tooted it. But the game has moved on. We went into Zaxel. We went into ARC-V. The game is very fast. We play things like DDDs. We play shit like Cosmos and all these fast decks like Pepe, and we can't keep up with playing something like this. Both these cards are honestly, in my opinion, bad. Tears of an Angel was way worse, but this card, it's not a terrible card, but it's not a great card. Yeah. So, you know what this card should have been called? Like a Rome Age Trumpeter and be a fucking tuner monster.
That's what I was saying.
No tuner pendulum monster level 1. Scale 1. And that's
what... and then they would have made it level 5. That was the end. Well, I mean, Aroma is the only... I mean, I don't want to make this an Aroma video, but the only thing they're missing from Aromas is a level 5 monster that's dark. And That's like I guess a person, because like they have a Roma jar, which is level 1
Yeah.
wind. But if they wanted to make another girl, they like a gardener bitch or whatever, level 1 wind girl, they need to.
Well, like I said, this was my opinions of the video. Maybe you guys have different opinions than me and Yama. Leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video. If this video gets a lot of likes, you will see me and Yama next Sunday. So don't forget to stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys have a great day. And we will see you in the next episode of Toot and Boot.
Bye.
Bye.